David Smith here with another flipped classroom math video. A few tips before we start. Remember that you can speed up or slow down the playback if that helps you follow along. You can also pause the video at any point to catch up with your notes or to try the problems before I explain. Lastly, you could turn on the captions and follow along with my words on the bottom of your screen. Today's topic, factoring expressions with 4 terms. This is an intermediate factoring step that sets us up for doing some of the more complicated factoring that's coming. So let's do an example with a step-by-step instruction set that I've written up for you guys. Once you get it mastered, you won't be thinking in terms of these steps, you'll just do it. But to get started, it really helps to break it down. Okay, so step 1, write down the problem. So here's an example of a type of a problem you might get. Ax squared plus 2x plus 2 plus ax. Okay, so step 2, group into factorable pairs. So I could tell right here that I could factor an x out of this one, but I don't have anything in both of these that I could factor out. So this is not a factorable pair. But what I'm noticing is that I have ax here and I have ax there. So that's actually looking pretty good. So I'm going to do that. Ax squared plus ax, and that's going to leave me with plus 2x plus 2. And that is also a pretty nice factorable pair because there's a 2 in each of these. Okay, so that's step 2. Step 3, factor out the GCF from each pair. So what's in here? There's an ax in both terms. So we go ax times x plus 1. That's the placeholder for this ax there. Okay? Second pair, I just have a 2. So that's plus 2 times x plus 1. Again, now if I've done this step correctly, this binomial should be the same as that binomial. And indeed it is. So now I can finish by turning it into 2 binomial terms. So the first term that's a little harder to see is this ax plus 2. So that is ax plus 2. The second term is the obvious one that we saw before, x plus 1. And we're done. Okay, I've got 2 examples for you here. If you want to pause the video and try to work them, you can do that now. Okay, let's see how to do this. My first step, write the problem down. Did that for you. Second step, put them into factorable pairs. So let's take a look. Nothing here that's factorable, but I got 2 terms with b's in them and 2 terms with a's in them. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to do ax plus ay plus by plus bx. So now I have an a in both of these and a b in both of those, so let's factor those out. I'm going to get a times x plus y here, that's what's left, the x plus y, plus b times y plus x. Now, you might be wondering, x plus y, y plus x. Did we do this right? We did, and we can change the order. It's plus, so addition is associative property. It doesn't matter what order you do your addition in, it's still the same. So I'm going to rewrite this as a times x plus y plus b times x plus y. And now we see that we have a plus b times x plus y. Like that. Now if you didn't already try that one, pause the video and give that one a shot. Okay, let's see how you did. So these aren't factorable pairs, there's nothing in both of those, but these are. So let's pull that over. 3q plus qx, and let's see what we have left. Plus px plus 3p. And yes, there's a p in both of those also. So let's do our factoring. What's common to both of these terms? It's a q. So q times 3 plus x. And what's common in both of these? Are p. So plus p times x plus 3. Now, we have the same problem. These are in different order. But guess what? It's not a problem. We could change the order. Q times x plus 3. So I changed this one. Plus p times x plus 3. And now we're at that last step where we take these 2 terms, make one binomial, times the other one that's left. Like that. Okay, these 2 problems should look a little bit more similar to some of the other quadratic equations or expressions that we've been dealing with. So if you feel like giving it a shot, go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, let's see how you did. So grouping them together. There ain't nothing here that's common in both of those, so that's not going to help too much. But let's scoot down to this term. That has an x, so does that. So let's do 2x squared plus 3x, and then let's bring our x over, minus 10x minus 15. So I see I have a 5 in both of those, and I have an x in both of those. So let's see how that works. Take my x out, that's going to leave 2x. Take my x out, that's going to leave 3. Now, I have two negatives, so let's take out a negative 5. Minus 5 times 2x plus 3. Now, I knew I needed to do that because I had a plus here. If I just factored out a positive 5, I would have had plus 5 times negative 2x minus 3, and this binomial would not be the same as this one. So when the negatives start getting into the picture, you've got to think about whether or not you factor out a negative number or a positive number. So that can be a little tricky. So let's see, am I in the right place? Yeah, 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3. So I did the previous step correct. Now I just bring down my x minus 5 there, and then my 2x plus 3. Like that. Okay, if you didn't already try that one, go ahead and pause the video and give it a shot. Okay, let's see how you did. So, this is a factorable pair. I can take x out. However, if I group it with this one, it's a little better because I have 3's there. So I can do 3x squared minus 3x, and then that's going to give me my plus x minus 1 right there. Okay? Now let's see how that turns out. This pair has a greatest common factor of 3x. So that's going to be 3x times x minus 1. Right? Because the 3x times negative 1 gets us back up to minus 3x. Now this one's a little bit tricky. I want the thing inside to be x minus 1, which we already have. So how would I do that? How would I factor something out of that? 1 is a factor of every number on the planet. So watch this. Plus 1 times x minus 1. Okay? That's the same as this. I just factored out that 1, and I have x minus 1, so I know I did that step right. So my last step here is 3x plus 1 times x minus 1. And I'm done. Now that you've finished, write down any questions so you can bring them to our next class and get some help. Remember that you can always watch the video again to improve your understanding. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button down below, and if you'd like to help me grow my YouTube channel, please click subscribe.